All right, example 5, 13.6. We are going to find exact values of sine of 60 degrees and the cosine of 60 degrees. So make a little bit more sense, generalize this a little bit with respect to 30, 60, 90 triangles, much like you did with tangent. So to find the exact values of the sine of 60 degrees, again, exact values means not decimal approximations. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use our 30, 60, 90 triangle to evaluate or to find the exact values of these, because sine and cosine ratios, we're talking about right triangles, so there has to be a 90-degree angle here. One of the angles obviously has to be 60 because we're asked to find the sine and cosine of 60. And then that last angle has to be 30 because a triangle has 90 degrees. So here's our 30, 60, 90 triangle that we've seen before. The right angle's right here. The short leg is going to be x. The long leg is x times root 3. And then the hypotenuse is 2x. We want to find the sine of 60 and then the cosine of 60. Let's start with the sine of 60. The sine of 60 is going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse. And we're looking at this angle right here. The opposite side is x root 3, and the hypotenuse is 2x. So there are all our side lengths there. The sine is going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse. With respect to this angle 60, the opposite side is x times root 3. The hypotenuse is 2x. So therefore, the sine of 60 is equal to x times root 3 over 2x. These x's cancel out. X divided by x is 1, so they're gone. Therefore, the sine of 60 is equal to root 3 over 2. That is an exact value because we're using symbols to represent those numbers, in this case, root 3. If we evaluate root 3 in our calculator, we're going to get a decimal approximation, which is no longer exact. So the sine of 60 will always be root 3 over 2, and you can type that into a calculator to see that the approximations are exactly the same. The cosine is going to be the adjacent side to 60. In that case, it's x over the hypotenuse. So the cosine of 60 is adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. In that case, it's x over 2x. The cosine of 60 will be x divided by 2x. Once again, these x's cancel out, leaving us with just 1. So therefore, the cosine of 60 is 1/2. A lot nicer number. So if you type in cosine of 60 into the calculator, you're going to get exactly 1/2. That is the exact value of the cosine of 60 always. And you can check, once again, with these values here. Sine of 60 will be 0.866, so on and so forth, and the root 3 over 2 will be the same thing. Cosine of 60 is 0.5, and so is 1/2. So using those cosine and sine functions to evaluate those in terms of exact values. Generally speaking, the sine, cosine, tangent, there's an acronym that you may have heard before. We're going to use it or say it or whatever it might be. That might help, it might not. And it is SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA pertains to the sine, cosine, and tangent ratios in a, easy way to remember. So, SOH, sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. The cosine ratio is adjacent over hypotenuse, and the tangent function is the opposite over adjacent. SOHCAHTOA. Probably heard it before, and now you know what it means in context and what those things are exactly referring to. It's the ratios of the sine, cosine, and tangent functions as it pertains to right triangles.